Hey detailers, podcast sponsor Joe here from Autofiber Australia. As pro detailers, we are all about using the highest quality products for our customers when it comes to compounds, chemicals, and ceramic coatings. But what about microfiber? Are you using cheap towels that get used once and then tossed into the bin? You need to try out our amazing Autofiber range of microfiber. Seriously, it is the best stuff going around. Use our exclusive podcast code 15DDUP and get 15% off when you purchase any of our premium Korean or Chinese made microfiber. We have a wide range of products that are tailor-made to last a long haul, so you get the best value for money and your customers will appreciate it. Go to autofiber.com.au or find us on Instagram to make your purchase and check out our range. Now back to the podcast.
Welcome to the Detailing Down Under podcast, the place for everything auto detailing in Australia right now. Here's your host, Dale Guthrie.
G'day and welcome to the Detailing Down Under podcast. I'm your host, Dale Guthrie. Back into it. It's been a few weeks since I've been into it, so we've had a fairly good run of some good episodes, so no doubt you've all enjoyed it, and I think some feedback as well, which I've had, which is even better. Everyone's enjoyed that as well, so it was a good one last fortnight as well. But nothing too much to report on my side. We're cruising along, very busy, and I see a lot of other people flat out as well, which is even better. And we've been planning this one for a little while as well. we've got Lom from the Detail Workshop down in Melbourne, so we'll bring him on in. How you going, mate?
Hey, good, mate. How are you?
Very good. So
that's good.
Thanks for
been a while.
we talked about it for a bit, and it was good to make it happen finally. So
yeah, finally. It's been a while since I think it was like what 2-3 months ago since we talked about it, and we'll finally make it happen now.
We're sort of busy with guests, and then just trying to mix up what we do. We had quite a few weeks with our hiring episode, so that was really good. So try to mix things up, which is really good.
Yeah, good. So, it's good to mix things up.
Bloody oath. So, but I've been following you for a fair bit as well. So what's how'd you get into detailing, and what's your background of the Detail Workshop?
Yeah, so let's all start back like every other detail, So we started back in 2011. So we did a lot of part-time stuff from work. We also did part-time work as well, and then used detailing on the side hustle. I was always into cars, so basically, I've always loved cars myself. And then, from there, I just thought to myself, where can I take this detailing into equation or into like a business aspect? And by then started buying products, chemical guy stuff. Obviously watched a heap of YouTube and learned self-taught as well. Basically that's how I got into detailing. So just from just a hobbyness of a car enthusiast, and then detailing your own cars and detailing your own parents' cars and family's cars, and then look back to it, I was like, oh, okay, this is sort of fun, let's make it into a business. So 2013, that's when I registered my business. I didn't register as the Detail Workshop. I had another registered name. It was called Magic Works Detailing. So I think I carried that for maybe a year or two, and then just got the word around, just for local community and stuff like that, friends and families again. And then I think 2015, that's when I registered the Detail Workshop to be a full business. So that's the sort of the journey going on. And we're still operating from to 2023 now. and just getting busier and busier and busier. So yeah, just very different to other people, I guess. And Yeah, that's how I got into detailing.
No, nice. What was your part-time gig? What were you doing in between?
So my part-time gig, so I've been everywhere, man. I've had a lot of jobs. I've had a lot of professional jobs as well. So um, I did well back then when I was detailing, like for families and friends. I did. I was at Swinburne University doing IT courses, and I spoke to a few people through IT through connections, and they said to me, if you don't know anyone in IT, it's going to be hard for you to get a job. I'm
Mm.
like, okay, all right. I had a thought about that, and then basically I said, I don't think IT is for me. So I canned the whole course. I was like, you know what, I, I don't think IT is my thing. And from there, I became a chef.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, I did chef for 3 years, and I still did detailing on the side on the weekends and my days off. So I did chef at a TAFE course, completed that, and then got a job down in St Kilda in Melbourne. I was a sous chef for one of the bars, like more of like a backpacker bar. We used to smash out like $1 pieces like I think it was Wednesdays and Thursdays. And like you get the drunk Irish people come in. They just want to smash some food. So Wednesdays and Thursdays was like a killer days. And we just made normal pub food and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, so from chef, so I stopped chef after in 2000 and I think 2017. That's when I stopped chef. Um, and then I got married in 2018, and basically went from there. Just basically got a new job. So I worked for Coles. Um, so I did management for Coles. And then basically still did detailing on the weekends as well. And then the only time I actually finalized my whole career of like all the working for someone else was only like 3 years ago. So 3 years ago, that's when I said, you know what, I'm gonna step foot into the real world of business and go full time. So here we are,
Mm.
2023, full time, working from home as well. Um, and yeah, that's basically the career path so
Yep.
far. So been everywhere. Also, oh sorry, I forgot. Also, I'm an ex cabinet maker as well, so an ex joiner. So we used to make a lot of custom furniture for like corporate stuff as well, and that was through like a family business. But that went sour, and then yeah, that's when we came into detailing full time now.
Yeah, right. You've done a fair bit. You've all
Yeah, so
done it all.
yeah.
No, that's cool. How have you noticed the industry from back when you got first getting into it with products and even techniques and how everyone sort of presents themselves these days?
Well, when I remember in I think it was 2015 or 16, that's when I got seriously into detailing, more part time and booking a few cars in every weekend. So keeping busy. So every month I used to be booked out every weekend. So obviously you work your Monday to Friday job and basically still get jobs. Back then there wasn't much products. We used Wax It for a while since those days too. Um, what else? I met a few like original or like high class details back in the days as well. Learned from them. Went to the training courses, seminars. There's a few people I like to shout out as well.
Yep.
And yeah, so the products back then it was very different. Obviously, when I first started, I used Zano. Do you know Zano?
I've heard of it.
Yeah, so we used to use Zano show car paste wax and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Very, very different detailing to back in the days. Still, the techniques are probably very similar, but obviously back then there weren't much detailers, obviously. Till this date,
Yeah.
there's like the actual amount of details now. It's crazy, which is not a bad thing, but obviously you got competition and all that kind of stuff too.
Yeah. Have you found it harder nowadays to get more business?
Well, at the end of the day, you really want to focus on your own business. You don't really want to care about anyone else's. There's no point spying on someone else's business because you don't get any benefits from it.
No.
Doesn't matter if they're fully booked out for months, 2 months, 3 months in advance. At the end of the day, it's you got to persevere on your own business and just push yourself to get those customers or those paying clients.
Yep. You mentioned a bit of training. Was that part of your shout outs as well? Who have you
Well,
had?
yeah, so I did some training with Antonio Maserati, or I think that's his last name. I could say it wrong, but sorry.
Yeah.
But he currently runs Melbourne Detailing Centre down in Moorabbin. So he used to supply the Shine Supply brand back in, I think, I'll say at least 5 years ago. Okay. So he was the first distributor for, I think, Shine Supply. So he had his own shop called, I think it was Pro Detail Store. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's like something like that. So I did some training with him. Wasn't like physical training, but more of him guiding me on based off like techniques and pads and combinations and soft paint, hard paint, just everything in general. He was a very open person. He'll give you that kind of experience. There's also another person, which I think if I look back, I think it was around about the 2017, maybe less than that, 16 maybe. I met Jimmy. So Jimmy, he runs Fine Shine Detailing down in Port Melbourne.
Oh yeah.
And my first gig was with him. Like he was in a corner of like a car yard kind of place or wholesaler, and I got a job there for a bit until I moved to family business. So I learned a lot from him, from the hard yard of the dirty nitty gritty details that come from middle of Australia and shit like that. And yeah, it's just way different to how he taught me how to detail. So I utilize those skills now. And yeah, just learning from old school guys was the best thing to perform where you are now.
Yep. No, nice. How what were your business services? What are they now?
So yeah, so we do detailing. We do more specialize in paint corrections. That's where my main field is, paint correction. We started to offer PPF, the paint protection film now, only in the last 2 years. Obviously, it's one of those niches now for a lot of people, and obviously paint is getting too thin. So PPF is the future of paint protection these days. We still offer ceramic coatings and whatnot and all that kind of stuff as well. We hold some of the I wouldn't say absolutely best brands, but they're, to name a few, they are really good, and we've been happy with them ever since. I had to work my ass off to get it. So yeah, bit of everything, but we are planning to expand soon. so which is a good kind of venture soon, and maybe offer some more services to customers and stuff like that. A lot of in-house stuff that we can do too. And yeah, just seeing how the US market is way different to Australia.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just maybe like there's a few people I follow on Instagram, and they've got shops, massive shops, and they do everything from like customization, wheels, tires, fitting exhaust, fitting like spoilers and kits and all that kind of stuff in one shop, and then they still do their detailing in that one shop, and then they'll have another shop which is purely for like window tinting and the cleaner stuff like PPF and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's kind of an inspiration. That's something that I want to do. And yeah, bring it into Melbourne. I don't think anyone in Melbourne's done it before. So yeah, try to be the first one.
How'd you go with the PPF? The intro into that and the school? How you still stress about that?
Oh, 100%, mate.
Yeah.
When you don't stress about PPF.
Yeah.
Look, PPF is one of those things where you really have to take the hit for it. It is a real big investment for your business, and it can give you good returns. And also, me leading into PPF was sort of I self-taught myself first before I actually went out there and did a course. I wanted to have some knowledge at least before I go into a training course, because last thing you want to do is not have any knowledge. So obviously, people don't have the same time frames and knowledge to us detailers, but you can go into a shop and get a training course done. But I did it reverse. I kind of self-taught myself first. Obviously, YouTube helped a lot. There's a few people on YouTube that actually show you how to do bits and pieces as well. And obviously, you look to other details. They do PPF, and you have a look on how they do their stuff. And so PPF is one of those things where can involve your business really well. But yeah, there's the stress behind it. It's one of the next level, really.
Yeah.
What about yourself? Like, how's the PPF for you?
Oh yeah, it's a battle. Like I had some training, then I'm still learning. Like everyone still learns, but yeah, we still like we've had some things to redo as well, which like comebacks, like redoing bits and pieces. So it's a huge learning curve. My wife's putting up with it. We've been quite lucky, what we can get away with, sort of, but we still aim to be perfection. So like everyone does with that. So, but yeah, it's just trying to get the customers their expectations of it in our area, because I'm literally the only one doing it where I am in town, and everyone they're sort of slowly learning, and some people see the huge benefits. Some people are, they love it, but they just their expectations of the install and the clean install seamless. So
So that like whole expectation kind of thing, it comes into obviously your experience of knowing how to install the PPF and stuff like that. Obviously, there's other shops out there. I've seen some shops fully decked out with misting systems and full closed rooms and stuff like that. But you compare a shop that's spent nearly 200K just in installs and stuff like that. Obviously, their installs are going to be really expensive compared to the little guys that's still trying to learn out. I feel that the PPF game, there's a very, very, very high expectation on installs. But at the end of the day, you got to give the customer an understanding on it's to protect your paint. If you want perfection, go ceramic coating, because at the end of the day, it is a handheld film, and or basically, you are doing it yourself, just like vinyl. And you're gonna bits and pieces. You know, you're going to cop a hair, you're going to cop dust, you're going to cop this, you're going to cop that. But at the end of the day, majority of all the dust comes from the car, not yourself. So it's all about, you know, getting everything clean, and spending that extra time, just, you know, make sure, you know, all the crevices are nice and degreased and clean and all that kind of stuff too. So yeah, so PPF is the love or hate thing, you know, with
Yeah.
customers, and as long as the customer understands where you're coming from, and not set the expectation too high for them, and obviously YouTube and, you know, forums and all that kind of stuff, there's big arguments about it. At the end of the day, you know, the customer comes to you for an inquiry or PPF, and you can only do so much for it. Otherwise, if you're scared to do it, then hand them over to another PPF place, or that can, you know, do a perfect install or something like that. So it all comes down to telling your customer and how it all goes, really.
Yeah. Yeah. I think being honest about it as well. So yeah, I had a bit of a question about a guy sends his cars to Adelaide and stuff. So I said, my skill level is nowhere near what them boys do up there. So
Yeah.
and just even with the bush wraps as well, like people come to you and they already know what they want and what sort of kit and what. Yeah, so it's good that they actually know what they want and know what they're going to get. You don't have to explain too much of them as well. So which is even better.
Yeah, with the bush wrap stuff, obviously that's been online through Maddie and stuff like that.
Mm,
I know Maddie as well. So she used to run, I think it was Premium Shield or something, or Flexi Shield
yeah,
back
that's
in the
it.
days. I don't know what happened to that. But yeah, now she's come back stronger, you know, with all the bush wraps, and even her, you know, her whole PPF and perspective on, like, you know, all the trucks and stuff like that,
Mm.
full on hardcore. Well, I wouldn't see myself, you know, PPF with truck or something like that. That's kind of like, you know, full next level.
Yeah.
But yeah, good on her, man. Yeah, she's come a long way, and, you know, she's been on the media and stuff like that. So yeah, hats off to her.
Yeah, no, she's killing it, and all the other team of girls and boys up there. So
Yeah.
no, they've helped me get my foot in the door into that, because it's all, I always ask people how they deal with it, and I see you do it, and yeah, and how you do it. And have you had much training? Did you get a little bit of
uh
training?
yeah, so I did a one-on-one course with Spandex.
Oh yeah,
Um So it was the last one-on-one course, basically. It was over 2 days, so I think I paid about 1,900 for the course or something like
yeah,
that. But my personal view, one-on-one training is far, far better than a group training, 100%,
yeah,
because you actually get to use the whole role, or what they give you. And yeah, obviously it's one-on-one, so it's a lot more knowledge and hands-on experience compared to, you know, only getting to do certain bits of the car in a group session. So that's what I think, and that's what my thoughts are. One-on-one training of PPF is far better than
yeah,
session.
absolutely. How do you go at home with it? Just shut the door and put it on?
Basically, you know, well, you know, obviously you prep the car and stuff like that, and you know, we've got in our garage or our home studio, our garage is sealed, so no dust fragments and stuff like that get inside. Obviously we lint ourselves off, and yeah, just hope for the best, basically.
Yeah,
We try to make our installs as clean as possible, but, you know, you're gonna cop, you know, imperfections in the car, or dust lid that you didn't see, or some sort. And, you know, if the customer really wants those dust nibs off, then, you know, you got to explain it to them, and they don't want to pay the extra money for it to get them denibbed. And yeah, so we just basically try our best to make the installs as clean as possible, and yeah, go from there.
yeah. I've seen in the other other videos as well. Do you have another person that comes and helps you sometimes?
Yeah. So I've got one employee.
Yep.
He's on casual at the moment, but with the amount of work going on, he's probably going to become maybe part time, full time soon.
Yeah. Right.
And obviously, you know, we are trying to expand soon. So possibly maybe one or two more people on board as well. But there's it's so hard to find good help. That's the thing.
Yep.
It's very hard, and to find someone passionate and does the same quality or chase the same kind of quality that you want as a business owner. It's just very hard to find someone. But my employee Max, he's been very, very great. He's a grateful person, honest, reliable as well, and he's a very quick learner. He came to me with little to no experience, basically. And I've taught him all my secrets, all my combinations, what to look for, what we can get away with, and all that kind of stuff. And so I can basically, a brand new car, I can get him to basically prep it up, polish it, and coat it without ease. You know what I mean? So he's been a real great help so far. Big journeys ahead with him.
Yep. No, that's good. How would you, because I work from home as well. What's your main challenges down working from home, do you reckon?
Space.
Yeah.
100% space.
True.
So space is one key to have. Obviously, us guys in the garage or working from home, we are limited to space. And so obviously you don't want to bring your customer over and leave the cars, 2-3 days outside for no reason. So space is one key that gives me the biggest challenge. But we still can manage. I've tried to organize the garage a little bit just so I get more room, and just shift things around just so we can make it work for now until we find something that's leaning towards.
Yep. Is that the you say you want to expand? So you're looking for a workshop somewhere around your area now?
Yeah, so we are looking for a factory, basically.
Yep.
So it's just the amount of volume coming through now. And obviously, like I said, PPF is getting pretty popular. It's slowly coming. But we can forecast the next couple of months on basically what we can see coming through. So definitely a factory is on an agenda. So that's the next step, and then go from there.
Yep. What are you using the spandex film?
No, so we use Steck.
Oh, yep.
So we use Steck, GSWF, and CarPro model.
Yeah, nice. What's sort of the warranty or durability on that one? Is it 10?
So Steck's got two films. So Steck has got Dyno Light, which is a 5-year film. It's got a top coat on it. So I think it's 7.5 mil thick, and Dyno Shield is roughly around about the 8 to 8.5 mil thick, so a little bit thicker. But Dyno Shield gives you 10-year warranty. GSWF roughly I think 7 to 10 years on those.
Yep.
And CarPro model, I'm not too sure on the warranty on that, but we just give out 5 years.
Yep. Are you big on the warranty thing? I know with coatings and stuff, we all hand them out or whatever. Do you get much people interest about all that side of the game?
Not necessarily. The customers sometimes do ask, what warranty comes with it. So we just give out, what our warranty covers. So obviously coatings are one of those misleading kind of things. You've got 7-year, 9-year, and all this kind of stuff. At the end of the day, the warranty needs to suit your business. So you need to come up with a warranty to cover, up to 5 years at least. Give the customer a maintenance routine. So we tell our customers to come back to us every year to keep their warranty intact. So therefore, they'll come back for a full decon wash, and we cleanse up the paint. We check basically how the coating's going. We give feedback on how the coating's going as well. We give them feedback on how they're washing the car. So if we do see any imperfections like swirl marks or deeper scratches, we'll question it to them, make them improve their washing techniques as well. So it's not just about, you know, you got your car done and see you later. No, we actually look after our customers. And if anything does come through a warranty claim, we definitely do check it and just to make sure that it's not the coating, it's something else. So not really. So we don't
Yeah.
get much warranty things, but they do ask. They do ask about it.
Yeah. No, that's good. So you're using C quartz, is that right? Coatings?
Yeah, so we use Sequel's range, so all the CarPro stuff. So we've been a big fan of CarPro since 2015. So since then, we've been using CarPro. I still got images of the old bottles and stuff like that on my laptop. So yeah, it's good to see, you know, the actual the whole concept changing and stuff like that, which is great. So our main coating is Finest Reserve. Um, it's a slight complex coating compared to other coatings on the market. Wouldn't I can't compare it to anything. It's just a great coating. It works for our business, and the marketing behind it's great. Yeah, so obviously other coatings and stuff like that. We do use Fireball too. So Fireball Australia, we use their coatings, but my main seller is Finest Reserve,
Yep.
definitely.
How does that go on? Is that, I see some infrared action. Is that have to be infrared?
Yeah, so Finest Reserve, it's a very, very hard coating to get. Similar to Modesta.
Oh, yeah.
So Modesta, obviously, I tried to get Modesta, but they wouldn't give it to me. Maybe because I wasn't in the shop or something like that. So
Yeah, you got to
but
be probably, fixed location workshop sort of.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's the main reason. Finest Reserve was the same, so they wanted me to be a fixed shop, have infrared curing and all that kind of stuff. But you know, my relationship with Waxer has been very good. So, you know, they said, you know what, we'll give it to you. I think I think there's a few Finest Reserve guys in Melbourne. Um, I think it's Prime Finish down in Clayton, and then we got Studio Protect. I think he's in Geelong or something like
Yep.
that.
Yep.
And I don't think there's much Finest Reserve guys around. It's a very hard coating to get for some reason.
I was
And
going to ask, what's the deal with that? Is it like a certified thing?
it is a certified thing, but I think the actual whole network requires you to have a very, very unique skill set, and understanding paint and all that kind of stuff to their standards. It took me a good, say, 4 years to get it.
Wow.
But I did use, the professional range, so Sequels Professional, for a very long time, and then yeah, I asked for finest, and then they're like, yeah, we'll give it to you this time. So I was like, yes, finally I get to use it.
Yeah.
So, but other than that, like I said, it is a very complex coating. We have to put nearly the whole bottle on the car, so it's basically one bottle per car. So nearly up to 2 layers per car.
Yep.
That's what we do. So that's our standard. I feel that putting 2 layers on the car gives it a little bit more durability compared to a single layer. Obviously a lot of coatings are single layers, but coatings do diminish over time as well. So having that actual second layer over the top will going to give it that extra durability and longevity as well.
Yep.
But yeah, so yeah, that's Finest Reserve.
Yeah, right. Well, I think, you might be the first one on here that's talked about it because, I haven't heard anyone talk about that. So,
Yeah, no, I find it. No, it's a very, very glossy coating. Um, like once the car's basically fully cured with infrared curing, it's just very, very slick. Like it's so slick that anything will fall off it. That's the
yeah.
thing. Most coatings are slick, but it's got a epoxy fusion to it, so it's a very thick coating compared to your quartz glass coatings. Yeah. So it's like I said, it is a very good coating. And there's not much. To be honest, there's not much word about it. It's very big in the US and in other countries like Europe and stuff like that.
Yep.
But I think Finance Reserve is slowly getting out here in Australia. But obviously, they're strict on limitations of who gets it, who doesn't as well.
Yeah. You say, is it quite thick? Is it hard to wipe off?
No, it's actually pretty easy to wipe off.
Yeah, right. That's good.
Yeah, it's just it goes on thick, and then you let it sit there for a bit, and then you wipe it off, and it's very easy. It's pretty easy. I would say it's pretty easy,
Yeah.
but you need that infrared curing to actually activate the ingredients and stuff like that to bond to the paintwork. Obviously, they've formulated the finest from back in the days. It was only a single layer, but now it's a dual layer.
Yeah. Yeah, right. You're right. And that covers the rest of the range of wheels. Do you have a PPF coating, or your film comes pre-coated?
Well, some of the film does come pre-coated, but we still like to put at least a coating over the PPF. So we use depending on what the customer wants. So if they do front ends, then so let's just say example they go finance reserve on the whole body, and then they want PPF on the front. So we'll put CarPro model on, but then we'll still put finance reserve over. We won't do a dual layer on the PPF. We'll only do a single layer on the PPF because obviously it's already got a top coat in it. So having two layers of coating is not going to benefit really that much.
Yep.
So a single layer of finest on the PPF and then dual layer over the rest of the car. That's not PPF.
Yeah, nice. Which with your polishing game, what sort of machine and pads are you sort of favorite? You love working with?
I got a few favorites. I've always had Roops, the Roop pairs. Everyone knows the Roops. So I've got the Mini. I've got a 21 with a 5-inch backing plate. I've always loved Maguire's. Was it Maguire's microfiber cutting pads? They're the back in the day the OGs. To be honest, like everyone used to use them until they got too expensive now. Like
Yeah.
I think the last time I saw a pack was like nearly 60-70 bucks compared to back in the day it was like $40-$45. And I was like, wow, well, I can't justify that. So I've switched to Lake Country stuff now. I don't like cutting with foam at all. So I'd rather give the car a really good cut with like a wool pad or microfiber just to break down some of that orange peel a little bit and the contaminants on the car. But then yeah, I don't like cutting with a foam pad at all. It's just not my thing. I don't know why, but obviously maybe some other people love cutting with foam pads, but nah, not for me.
Yeah. What's the you made mention of the 5-inch on the 21. How does that go?
So when obviously we learned this back in the days, I actually learned this from Antonio and Jimmy themselves. So they asked them like, isn't that machine meant to come with a 6-inch? They're like, yeah, we changed it to a 5-inch. So I think there's some guy in the US. I think it's I can't remember his name, but do you know autogeek.net?
Mm. Yep. They've been around for years. Yep.
Yeah, they've been around for years. So I think there was one guy, it was an old dude, can't remember his name. I think it's Michael Brown or
Probably
some
Mike Phillips. He was their head trainer back in the day.
nah, Mike Phillips. There's another dude.
Yeah.
It was another dude, and he was showing on YouTube this whole kind of, the Roops machine and changing the pad to changing the backing plate to a 5-inch backing plate, and he explained the reasons why. So the reasons why changing from a 6-inch backing plate from the standard to a 5-inch backing plate it allows the 5-inch to give a better throw. So the 6-inch pads, they're massive, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So having a 21 mil orbital with a 5-inch backing plate is going to give you the diameter cutting space a bit bigger. And also the heat transfers is a lot faster too. So I can't remember too much, but all I know is the 21 and the 5-inch backing plate is the best combo you can ever get on the Roops. Um, and it would change your cutting skills, or if you're doing major correction and stuff like that. It just allows the pad to actually throw out actually more compared to what it is. And you get a lot of surface coverage as well.
Yep.
Right.
No, I've heard of it being done. No one's actually ever said they've done it, so it's good to.
Oh yeah, well, I've spoken to a few other detailers as well, and a few mates up north. They're like, what machine do you use? I'm like, I use a Roops. He's like, 6-inch backing plate. I'm like, no, 5-inch backing plate. And they're like, oh, okay, 5-inch backing plate. And yeah, they just asked why, and I said it just gives out a bit of throw and cutting wise, and you get a lot more surface coverage as well. I'm sure that a few people have done it now these days. There's also a washer trick as well.
Yep.
So I think, do you know the washer trick?
Yeah.
Yeah. So not much people know the washer trick, but putting those washers in between the plate and stuff like that lets the pad spin freely.
Spins.
So therefore, you can air blow out your pad or your polish out and stuff like that. So instead of turning on the machine, you're killing the bushes and stuff like that. So that little basic trick was the best.
Yeah. Yep. No, I've definitely heard that one. So no, that's interesting because always people would not probably say they got the 21, but not everyone would say they've put a 5-inch on it. So that's cool to hear. And I have heard of the benefits and that. I just can't remember of them, but
there's a few benefits from it. There's not much really, but all I know is one it does give you a bit more surface coverage, and just the cutting is a lot different. At least on a 5-inch you can do those areas where you can still do a 5-inch or 3-inch there, where compared to using a 6-inch pad, you use it for the bonnet. That's about it. You can't, and the doors, the lower doors, but you won't be able to use it on the top sections of the doors or anything like that, or the pillars. So having that extra slight 1-inch difference makes a big difference. Where on surface areas you can cover instead of switching out, machines and stuff like that. All you got to do is just switch out a pad, and 5-inch pads are cheaper than 6-inch pads.
yeah, you're right there. So how's your area for details? Do you know many others down that way?
Yeah, there's a few down here. So I'm based in Wallo, and then I used to be in Epping, but I moved houses and stuff like that. So there's around about, let's count it for you. There's probably about 8 of us.
Yep.
So yeah, mainly they're all in factories and stuff like that. Besides myself, I'm working from home. But yeah, they're all in factories and punching out work and stuff like that. So yeah, there's about 8 of us. There's probably going to be more somewhere.
Yeah.
So yeah, but
I know it's a good little community down Melbourne. I always hear you boys talk to each other and hang out and stuff, which is even better. So I think it's quite a few of you that definitely talk between each other.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. Obviously, you don't want competition from those guys, but at the end of the day, man, it's like there's details that are going to talk smack about you. Only because at the end of the day, they do talk smack about you, then they know you're doing something right. You know what I mean? So that doesn't bother me. I persevere to other details, whether they want some help or just, detailing or business kind of things as well. I'm more than happy to, give a helping hand and just, give them my thoughts, and if they need some, how to do this or how to finish this down or all that kind of stuff, then, feel free to reach out. I'm not going to bite you
Yeah.
as long as you be respectful in a way, and I'm more than happy to help. But yeah, if you're arrogant and you think you're top notch and stuff like that, then you can always be that person. I'm not gonna bother helping you.
Mm.
'Cause, yeah, I rather keep my peace. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's changing in the industry, I reckon, just from, I don't know, it could be just because when I've started this that I've noticed it more maybe, but you are hearing it more, that everyone's hanging out and, yeah, pushing work to
Yeah,
each other, and yeah, no, it's,
yeah. I've pushed some work out just because I can't do it. So
mm,
there's some days where I'm booked out until November. You know what I mean? So I I get calls every single day, so I'm pushing out a customer to here, customers to there, like, because I don't wash cars. Like, I find washing cars for me is waste of time.
yeah.
Um, I just don't have the time. You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather, a new kid on the block or something like that. Yeah, here's $100. Go wash a car there. I don't have the time. Unless it's a customer that I've done, like a coded car, then yes, I will wash it. But yeah, not off the street customer. I'm 100% not. I just lob them out to someone else
Yep.
because, yeah, I just don't have the time.
Yeah, you got to sort of choose your market, or, yeah, focus on one thing rather than trying to do 100 things. Maybe once you get a bigger shop or something, maybe you might branch out,
I,
but
th-
yeah,
I think even when you get I think even when you get a shop, I don't think most details in a shop don't wash cars.
yeah,
Like, they just find it really waste of time, and like, a customer doesn't want to pay what you charge just to wash a car. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So they see the corner car wash for like $25. You know what you're gonna get.
yeah,
Compared to someone professional and using professional products. And experience vice versa. So you rather pay $25 for, a scratch car than a professional wash. We charge roughly from 100 to $150 a wash. So I can't see a customer paying $100 for a wash unless it's like, you know they really want us to do it, then we'll do it. But if, no, if not, then no, we don't do
yeah.
it at all.
Yeah, no, I'm the same. Like, yeah, to raise your price, or, yeah, I'm busy too, so yeah, I can't do them. Most people are in a hurry; they want it done yesterday, so
Oh,
it
100%.
is what it is.
I get that every day. Oh, can you wash my car? No, no. You got to book. You got to book. You got to really book. Like, people would think that we're open car washes, and just you can drop off your car and, get my car washed. Nah, it's not like
Yeah.
that.
Do you have the struggles because you are home based, like people rocking up? Do they just rock up, or you sort of try and run an appointment only sort of setup?
No, well, I am on Google, so
Yep.
a lot of my, well, 90% of my customers are referrals. So I do get a lot of referral work. I'll say 10% is comes from Google and just word of mouth sometimes. But no, we don't actually get anyone rocking up because I don't post my address on Google at all. Just only for security purposes, and, obviously with family, and I work from home, so
Yep.
that kind of, unless someone does book, then yes, we will give out our address, but yeah, we don't want any door knockers just coming in randomly and just knocking on the door, say, hey, you wash my car. No, not like that.
Yeah. And you probably don't have any signage out the front. Do you have any signage out the front, or you put?
Only if I'm working, like if I'm prepping a car or something like that, in the driveway, then I'll put the sign out just so bypassers can see what I'm doing, and, oh, that's cool. This guy's detailing in the local area. Cool. I
Yeah.
might take a screenshot of his number and then might ask him. But occasionally, obviously, you move into a new area, you don't really want to target those target those customers yet because they just built a house and they're just moving into the house. So the last thing they want is you go into their door and say, "Hey, you want paint protection?" So nah, we don't target our local areas, but we do give a discount on local community. So they're helping out, they're supporting us, so we support them back.
Yep. Yeah, they're too busy struggling with interest rates and stuff. So
Yeah, I know.
rather than paint
Tell me
protection.
about
Yeah.
it.
Hey, your online presence is pretty good with your social media stuff. So have you got a? I haven't even looked. You've got a website. Well, looks of that.
Yeah, I've got a website. I've had the website for a while now.
Yep.
I've to be honest, everything is done by me.
Yeah.
I did the website because obviously I had the IT background, and I've loved like fiddling around with computers and stuff like that and technology. But yeah, I built. Oh, the website is built by Squarespace, but I did the whole layout and designing and all that kind of stuff. It's not the best, you know what I mean, but it gets my customers. That's the
Yep.
main thing. Is as long as the interface is all friendly, user friendly, it's easy to navigate. But we are looking to get a professional website done sometime in the future.
Yep. Did you learn much about all that stuff in IT with SEO and all that, or not really?
Well, with SEO is one of those things where it will work at some points and it will be a waste of money. So SEO takes time to actually work itself. So we did look into it. We did waste some money to it. It was just no good. Especially when your market area is very congested, and you need to basically bid higher than other persons. So let's just say,
Yep.
for example, Dale's in Epping. He's bidding at $25. $25 a day. So SEO works differently. I don't know too much about SEO, but I spent roughly $5,000 on SEO for like I think 8 months and did nothing. Like it was just a waste of money. So I was like, been 8 months, you give me only like say 4 customers. I'm like this, I could have used that $5,000 and did some campaigns or something like that on Facebook. So yeah, I'm not going down that route again, SEO. But SEO only works if you really demand for it. So it's just I feel like SEO only works if your area is not really congested with SEO. So like I said, you got to bid higher. So you again $25 and say I need to go higher, so $30 or $40 or something like that. So it's a full bidding game basically.
Yep. As I think Dan said on our pod from, he's the website and SEO social media guy. He said you're pretty much paying to play. So
Yeah, that's exactly right. It's good if you're making some good money, but if an average detailer is trying to get SEO, you're wasting your money straight away.
yep.
Your best to just branch out your local community and stuff like that to gain exposure. But I wouldn't go straight on to SEO straight away unless you've got a website fully up to scratch. You've got social media, for instance, and SEO is one thing that will work and will not work. So there's pros and cons about it.
Yep. I think your frequency online as well, I think that boosts that as well. So you're always uploading stories and lots of content by looks, so that's good.
Yeah, so we try to upload as much as we can. Like obviously we are one man, and behind the scenes it's crazy. I still got like nearly I think about 15 cars to still post up. It's just I don't. It's so hard to have time. But you try to make the effort to make all those videos for your customers and stuff like that, and for social media. But yeah, so we do all our social media by ourselves, all the reels, all the editing, all the photos and all that kind of stuff as well. So countless hours of editing is non-stop. Like you can sit on the computer for like for 4 or 5 hours, and just like we've only done half of it. It's like, oh my God, we've got like another half to go. Then you got to color correct it all and find a song that's not copyright and all this kind of stuff. And it just changes on. So by the time you post it, it's like, it's like 2 a.m. in the morning, you know? So there's no point posting up 2 a.m. because everyone's asleep.
Yeah.
Only the US market is open at the moment. So we just wait until the next day or something like that. So we try to post, we try to keep our live stories at bay. So we try to post as much content during the day on what we're working on, just so we can give our customers an understanding and a guidance on what they can receive if they go for a package, like for instance. And we talk about basically the understanding of the actual whole process itself. Educating your customer is the 100% key to getting more work, because they will refer other customers because they get to see something online or buy a story. They feel like they're on a journey with you. Instead of I've seen other detailers, they say, oh, takes too much time, takes too much effort. Well, that's what running a business is. You know what I mean? So you got to put in those hours, you got to put in those efforts to actually get where you need to get to. So social media is 100% key to everything. And just educating your customers is the biggest thing. Not showing any live stories or any content kind of defeats the purpose sometimes. Your customer might feel like, oh, what is he doing in my car? Like they have that kind of mindset sometimes. They say they do have that mindset. So like they want to know what's happening in the car. So that's why we show everything that we do. Like, we don't hide anything because there's no reason to hide anything. You want to be honest, open and honest with everything, and that's how you get good customers, basically.
Yeah, 100%. No, that's really good. And I noticed there is a lift. Everyone literally doing a story for the whole job of the car, like it's crazy. So
I know, like me.
yeah, exactly. That's why you stand out. So that's really cool. So
you gotta be different to other people. You know what I mean? Or other details, really. So you gotta have a different niche. You can't always follow the same niche, really.
Yep.
So that's what I think.
Yep. Yeah. No, you're right. Hey, we might jump into our 6-stage questions.
Yeah, man.
Can you remember your first ever detailing job?
Oh, my first ever detailing job. Is that including your own car or not? All right. My first ever detailing job was Holden RAHSV. I think it was a red one. Do you remember Smart Wax?
Nah,
Or do you know of Smart Wax? It's
not
like this
really.
kind of blue. It's kind of this like blue liquid. It's like a blue liquid. They say Smart Wax. So
Yeah.
I bought some of that from the local what do you call it, petrol station. They had a guy there, and I bought that. And
Probably why I haven't heard of
it. I bought that for that car. So that was my first detailing. I didn't do any kind of polishing or anything like that because I had no experience. So we just basically washed it, basically wash clay seal kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Just and a quick vacuum inside, so it wasn't nothing crazy. So there's I can remember that was my first ever detail on a customer's car, and it was pretty nerve-wracking.
Yeah. With Smart Wax. So I wonder if that's still around.
I'm pretty sure it's still around. If you Google it, I think it is still around. Smart Wax.
Oh, there you go.
It smelled nice.
Yeah. Very smart. Your favourite polisher?
My favorite polisher is the Roots 21.
Yep.
With a 5-inch backing plate. It's my go-to. I've had that polisher for roughly coming to 5 years now, and has not left a beat. And the bushes have not been changed.
Oh, really?
And it's still it's an MK2, not MK3.
Yep.
I feel the MK2s have more grunt and more power compared to the MK3. I bought MK3 and sold it the next couple of days. I was like, this is like I'm pretty sure they downgraded the power out of it. So if I were to recommend a machine to anyone, Roof 21 MK2 for sure.
Yep. No, nice. Oh, well, at least you haven't had many dramas. We always hear of dramas of that brand, but which is fairly well known. But
No, it's pretty good for me. Like obviously we all maintain our machines and stuff like that, but I've just been one of the lucky ones, I guess.
yeah,
But I think the bushes are slowly dying. So like I said, it's coming to 4 or 5 years now. So it's probably due for service.
yeah. Oh, you'll soon notice it. So, favorite dream car, or what's your dream car? Sorry.
So I had a few in my mind, but my my goal in the next at least 10 to 15 years is to obviously have that shop, to have a few staff on, and then my dream car would be a 2018 Audi R8.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, it's always like the R8s, and yeah, they always keep me looking.
Yeah. Well, are they 18? That was nearly the last. Is they nearly the last of them?
Well, 2018. So you got the V10 came out. The V10s. There was the V8s was like 2010, I think, or
Early one. Yep.
2010, or maybe it could be wrong, but I know the V10 with the new shape and stuff like that was starting, I think, 2015 onwards. But they said that the 2015 and 2016 R8 had a bit of DCT issues or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why 2018 or 2019 would be a better ideal, where obviously they've R&D'd it a little bit better, and yeah, it'll be much a fun car. I'm yet to detail one, and
Hmm.
I love the detail one. So yeah,
Oh,
the Audi R8 is my dream car basically.
no, very good. Have you got a favorite detailing tool or product?
Favorite detailing tool. My favorite. I hate doing windows. Do you hate doing windows?
Yeah, yeah, we all. Yep,
Interior windows.
yep.
So what's that brand called? Wait, let me go get it. Um, it's it's from it's called Stoner Glass.
Yeah, yeah.
That one there.
It's like in a spray bottle. I mean, a
Yeah,
aerosol
it's like
bottle.
in a aerosol bottle. Yeah. So I feel this is one of the best glass cleaners. It has a repellency as well.
Yep,
It doesn't streak or anything like that, and it's very cheap. Like it's like $15, and
yep.
it lasts a very long time. So I use this, and they had like one of those window wands that you put a microfiber on, and you use it to clean the glass without you
Yeah,
getting into the car. That's my favorite tool. Like it's so good.
yep,
I hate doing interior windows because obviously you get a lot of like excess residue sometimes, and using that tool to get on the windshield and the rear windshield as well just helps so much. Instead of you cramming into a car and getting crams, and because some cars are too small, or some cars don't have space for you to move around.
yep,
So that tool, that easy reach tool, is a game changer.
yeah.
I love it.
Well, Autofiber, I got one, and I actually used it the other day, and I meant to do a post about it. It was actually, I'm not the tallest of people, and some of these new cars, the front windows are so like long,
Yeah,
and you got to get down between the dash and the windscreen, and
yeah,
it's
yeah.
perfect for that. So,
100%. Even on the Teslas, you know what I mean? Like
yep,
instead of breaking your back to look up, you can just use this wand to basically just get in every corner, and just apply some pressure, and it's so easy, compared to getting into the car and making the car dirty with your shoes or whatever. Or especially if you've coated the interior,
Yep.
and the last thing you do is, crap, I forgot the windows. So using that tool, which is, you can reach everywhere. So
Yep. No,
it's a good tool. I love it.
yeah, I thought it was awesome.
Yeah.
Before I get off that topic, the old window one, everyone sends me messages about that. But yeah, even just using straight water, which I used the other day and actually worked a treat. So
Yeah, straight water
definitely,
works well.
yeah,
I use the stone invisible glass, clean and repel. It gives it like a little bit of slickness inside as well, so the dust doesn't repel on the windscreen as much as well. You can use it as a topper on the exterior glass too. So,
right.
let's say you have a coating on the glass on the exterior, this Invisiglass stuff kind of tops it up, and yeah, it repels really well as well. Durability, I don't know the durability, but if you need to clean your windows, it gives you both of both of everything, clean and repel. So, and it's a good product, very good product,
Yep.
and very underestimated too.
No, it's good. No, we always have the hot topic of window cleaners and what to use, what not to use. So that's another one
Yeah,
for everyone.
a lot of people just use straight water or just
Mm.
10% alcohol or something like that.
Yep.
Or a dedicated window cleaner. It's vice versa. It just really comes down to the person, really.
Exactly. Yep. Have you got a tip for a detailer starting out?
Oh, a tip starting out. Well, the best tip I could say is get as much experience as you can, before you can charge what the pros are charging. I've seen some horror stories, really. We actually do some training with some people too. So getting good training is the best key, because at least you get the right fundamentals of how to start the business or how to start detailing. YouTube has the pros and cons. You know what I mean? Like, everyone's biased between this one and this one. So, getting hands-on experience detailing is the best way to actually start the journey to become a detailer. And even just reaching out to other detailers as well is good. But definitely 100% get training done before you actually start working on customers' cars. So
Yep.
save up the money to get proper training done, and then you can actually step into the detailing industry.
No, very good. Yep. And one more, interests outside of detailing.
Well, interest outside of detailing, obviously we've got a love for cars. So I'm a car enthusiast myself. So I own a Honda Accord Euro. It's pretty. I wouldn't say it's hotted up, but it's loud.
Nice.
It's my fun car. I don't drive it that much because I'm too busy detailing other cars and stuff like that. It gets neglected outside. But I like the occasional fishing here and there. I haven't been in a while. I'm keen to go, but before this work coming up, I don't think I'll be going this season. So gonna miss out on snapper season again. Um, but yeah, so cars, fishing, just hanging out and stuff like that, chilling out, even talking smack about details as well. Yeah, so just a bit of different stuff. Like, I'm an easy person. I can get pretty much pretty outgoing. So any topic is fun.
Yeah. No, very good. Probably one thing, Dad. Yeah, if you are like you say, you think you're going to miss your fishing, probably just maybe pick a day and just try and do it. Put some work aside, and you'll probably be
Yeah, I
thankful
know.
for it. I know everyone loves. We hear about the grind and the hustle and all this, but I think if people set a day off, like on a weekend, and have some time or family time, you'll probably be thankful for it by the end of the week. Or yeah, that's all I
Yeah,
always say to people.
yeah, 100%. Obviously, you need some downtime too, just to re-energize and rethink, because you've had a massive week ahead. and the weeks coming up ahead as well. So yeah, winding down, taking time, just that one day off or something like that off
Yeah.
work, just to ease your mind. So your next day you can just you feel like much clearer. But yeah, so I did have a day off last Saturday. I went to a track day. um, but yeah, pretty much broke the clutch.
Oh no.
So yeah, so that was the end of my track day sessions. But yeah, other than that, I still had a great time. The car performed very well. I was happy with it, and yeah, we're back into work again, and we're just grinding it out again. But yeah, just got to do what you got to do.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always easy to say to take a few hours off and chill out, but not everyone can. But I always say try to have that time out and away from detailing or whatever you're doing full time, and you'll probably be grateful for it. But what track do you hit down there?
So we went up to Winton,
Oh yeah. Yep.
yeah, Winton Raceway. So we went up for Honda Nationals.
Oh wow.
So it was like they had just a 1 day event. Bunch of Hondas, from Sydney, even Perth came down, Melbourne, bit everywhere, Brisbane and stuff like that.
Yep.
So yeah, that was my first ever track day on the car itself. Um, I pretty much spent a lot of money just getting the car like safe. You know what I mean? Like as you do,
Yeah.
it's like you can't predict anything. So you spend all this money into the car, thinking it's all going to be 100% okay. And then when you're on the track, you just have that anxiety mindset at the back of your head, like, oh, what's going to happen next? What's going to happen? It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. You've been good. But yeah, unfortunately, yeah, we blew the clutch. We don't know if it's a clutch, but I feel it's like the clutch. So yeah, we ended our session on the second session going out. So had a clutch failure, and then yeah, we just called it
No.
quits after that. So yeah, come back home, I guess. No point staying there.
No, very good. No. At least you can do it on a track. That's good, even better.
Yeah, so obviously, yeah, at least you can screw up your car on the track, not on the roads.
Yep.
But yeah, it was going to cost me $2,000 to what do you call it, tow it back to where I live. I'm
I
like,
bet.
oh, I don't want to. I don't want to pay $2,000. So we managed to drive it back.
Oh
So
wow.
lucky enough. So without a clutch, it was a bit nasty for the car. But I'm like, I don't want to spend $2,000 for a tow truck on a Saturday
Yeah.
last minute. So we just took the punt and just I said let's just drive it back. I'm just gonna drive it back, and yeah, we drove it back, and yeah, we got it home safely.
You made it.
But we don't know the condition.
Yeah.
So until it gets opened up, that's when we can know. That's when we know when what's wrong with it and stuff like that.
Oh, very good. No, there would have been a few cars there, a few Hondas.
Well, yeah, the track was capped at 75 cars. So obviously we had 75 cars on the track day. We also did sponsor the track, the event as well. So
Yep.
we were sponsors. Um, and yeah, there were 75 cars that signed up. I think roughly around maybe 5 cars got kind of like couldn't go anymore, including mine. But yeah, no, it was a great day out. Like there was plenty of cars on show as well. There was I think it was another detail called Evolution Garage Melbourne or something like that. He had a setup booth as well. I
Right.
didn't get to go speak to him at all. I was just too worried about my own car, so I was just trying to figure it out what's going on, just to get it home safely and stuff like that.
Yep.
So yeah, I wasn't much adventuring around.
No, very good. That's probably another thing I was going to say to anyone that does have any sort of shows coming up. Let us know and pass us on the details, and I can share them out as well to other detailers or any followers. So I know there's a few got some good shop open days coming up. So let us know about them as well. So always good to see and hear. So
Yeah, definitely.
all right, Lon, we'll wrap it up. And it's been good to finally have a chat with you and
Yeah,
see,
it's been great.
have a chat what you get up to, which is even better. So how can people reach out to you?
So you can reach out to us on Instagram, so the Detail Workshop on Instagram or Facebook, or you can search us up on Google, the Detail Workshop, and you can send us an inquiry or just give me a call, direct number. I'm not going to disclose my number on here, but you can find it on the socials and stuff like that. So yeah, go from there, and then we can have a friendly chat with you and sort your car out if you guys want the car protected with us.
Yep. Yeah, no, it's good. Even other details, yeah, reach out if you want to know or catch up. So it's always good to see in here. So
Yeah, definitely.
all right, we'll call it a night, and thanks for your time once again. So
All right, thank you, Dale, for having me on. It's been a pleasure, mate.
yeah, no, it was good, mate. You done well. So all right, we'll shoot off. Thanks everyone for listening, and we'll talk soon. Cheers.
That was another episode of the Detailing Down Under podcast. Subscribe now for everything auto detailing in Australia.